Yo guys, what's up? Shadowy, and welcome back to another episode of Mordheim, City of the Damned, where the good die young and the bad die even younger, I guess. That's how the saying goes, right? So, after our first mission, our warband has been left quite wounded. And, oh yeah, we need at least 4 active warriors, not 3. So, we only have 2. No, 3. We have 3, actually. Now, what we can do here is, over here we have the reserve. We can put our 2 wounded warriors, these guys, we can put them into reserve, like that. And then basically we can just hire another guy for this mission, basically, or for the next few missions. So let's hire one of the, another warp guard, why not? Then let's go on a 4-man mission, let's just try that. So we have Hunter in the Darkness, Visions of Dread, and Horrors of Mordheim. All are not really that good. Now, Hunter in the Darkness and Horrors of Mordheim have average amount of Wordstone, so these would be kind of good, because we only have 4 Wordstone right now, so we need to kind of, pick up the pace here. Now, these are kind of... They're both random, but in different ways. Horrors of Mordheim means one warband is scattered randomly, and the other is divided into 3 strike teams. Which, if you're the random one, it could be good, it could be bad. Now, Hunter in the Darkness is both are scattered random. Now, the question is, do I chance it with having both random? Or do I go for potentially being able to set my warband as I please? I think we'll go with Horrors of Mordheim. So we go with this setup, that's okay, launch and deploy. Let's see what we get.
Small groups of enemy warriors have been discovered across
very
the
good.
area, scattered in fright. Before they can regroup, you break your warband into 3 patrols to intercept and engage your disorganized rivals.
Sorry about that. My recording device just crashed, like completely. That was weird. Alright, so in the loading screen you can already get a glimpse of how this mission is going to go. So here we actually were lucky, and we are the ones who get to decide how our guys are going to set up. Now, there's also a secondary objective, as there is in pretty much every mission, except the... well, actually, no, I think in the story missions there are also secondary ones. Well... put following warriors out of action and claim their belongings. Iulian Ungur's Memento. Now that already tells me what kind of warband we're going to be facing, and I think that is Undead, which is scary. Because Undead are special. Okay, let's take a look at the map for now. So, you can see we have 3 positions where we can get our guys set up. Here, here, and here. Now, our enemies, they say, here's their wagon, but that doesn't mean that they are there. They could be scattered over here. It's kind of hard to tell. Now, we do have some Wordstone amassments over here. Over here. Oh, these 2 are very great. If we can get to those, that would be kind of nice. And then we have a smaller, well, 3 individual pieces over here. The thing is, if you go into a strike team mission, which means all missions that have placement in 3 strike teams, if you go with 4 or less, you actually can place them all in one position. You're not forced to split them up. So that's, I think, what we're going to do, because honestly, splitting up my guys at this point is a bad idea. And also, I'm going to place the hero at the back a bit, because he has a bigger movement range. So, I think we're going to go in this general direction. We're also going to try to pick up whatever that is. Oh, a helmet. That is not bad. We shall equip that in the next mission if we can. Then let's see. Ooh, okay. We have 2 fragments and a shard. That means that's 7 Wordstone, which... I believe that already is above the rate that we need to gather at. If we can get those, that would be kind of nice. We might even want to run back to our wagon with those and basically put them in, which means they're safe. technically your wagon can be looted, but I've never seen a computer enemy do that, an AI. Also, I don't think we have any enemies yet, don't we? The thing is, as soon as an enemy comes into visual range, the last position you have seen them at will be displayed on the map. So even if you didn't visually see them like this, they will still be displayed. So it's good to check your map every once in a while. Now, the reason why vampires are annoying is they're like a very schizophrenic faction, or a schizophrenic warband. For one, they have, one could argue, quite slow and terrible henchmen in the zombies. But, well, on the other hand, the zombies, they if they die, that doesn't count as a moral hit on your warband moral, so they're kind of cool in that way. But then on the other end of the spectrum are the heroes and the leader of the vampires, which or the undead, which are, yeah, vampires. And a vampire is a terrifying opponent, especially at the beginning of the game, because vampires basically, out of the box, come with a special ability called Terror, which means if they attack one of your guys, or one of your guys gets attacked, you have to roll a terror check, which you have to roll against the I just realized I didn't upgrade my guys. Yeah, we totally forgot to upgrade the stats of our soldiers, which is not a bad thing, because the enemy warband reflects that, so they won't be strong as well. But
a new round has started.
An oversight, I have to admit. But yeah, what I was saying is you have to do a moral check, and if you fail that, you will have less offensive points against that target. Which means, at the beginning of the game, a henchman who fails his terror test cannot attack a vampire. It will not work. You don't have enough offensive points. Only heroes and leaders can. So that makes vampires very, very strong at the beginning of the game. Once your henchmen level up and get more offensive points, which they will get at certain intervals, it gets easier to fight vampires. And there's also some special units that are like almost designated to fight vampires. For example, oh great, corrosive miasma, wonderful. For example, the I think they're called Dark Souls of the Chaos Warband, and the Flagellant of the Witch Hunters, because they are immune to any psychological effects. So these two can attack a vampire without having to do a terror check, and they're actually very good against the likes of a vampire. So, unfortunately, we're playing Skaven, and Skaven are notorious for having low moral. So, yeah. And also, I think some of the vampire or the undead forces are immune to poison. So my poison globes will not really work that well. Ooh, we have spotted enemies. We have a Drek, I think that one is called, and a vampire. So a hero and the leader we have spotted. Let's see where they are. Yeah, in the middle there. The cool thing is if we could drag them out, and then basically we'll work down the hero here, the Drek, first, and then the vampire. That would be the goal. Because depending on what henchmen they have with them, it is kind of pointless to fight the henchmen. Because as I already said, zombies, if a zombie dies, it will not get any minus value to their moral. So they're basically pointless to kill. Well, not pointless, it's a one man less they have. But you cannot win a battle by just killing zombies. You have to, at one point, needs to engage the vampire and his colleagues.
A
now,
new round has started.
It is not clear what the enemy has in henchmen. If they have ghouls, which is another type of henchman, then we might be able to take those out, and maybe the dragon. That might be enough to cause a moral panic, basically. You know what? I think since we want them to come to us, we will shift to over here. Then we'll try to go like this route towards this wordstone cluster, if that is possible. We'll see how well that goes. Now, I always have to be careful not to run too far ahead with the leader, because he has more movement points. So I think we'll go here. And then we'll follow up with the other guys. Because I don't want any of my soldiers being caught out alone against the vampire. That's a death sentence. I generally don't want to be caught alone against anybody, but still. There are some guys who can pretty much hold their own against several opponents. The humans that we fought last time, the witch hunters, they have one of their heroes, I think the one that was alive until the last moment. That guy is also immune to psychological tests, meaning he can fight against several enemies without having to do any tests. And he's pretty strong too, so he's like predestined to hold off several enemies while you decimate their forces. Well, kind of depends how you play him, but... Also, what I'm doing here with this character is overwatching, which is the ranged equivalent to an ambush. Meaning, if anybody walks in within firing range of him, he will automatically give off a shot. Now, will it hit? I didn't see what the chance is. It's not that high, but... It's always nice to get like a drop on the enemy like that. And every once in a while it can stop somebody dead in his tracks. Because I think if you walk... Oh, okay. That is good and bad. It's good. Or let's start this way. It's bad because he's very close to us already. But it's good because now we get basically a turn of shooting. And also we have spotted a zombie. Back here. Okay, so this guy will at least take a turn to come over here. So he's not relevant at this point. Now we cannot walk like in front of this ramp. If we do, he will charge us. And that's not what we want. I could try to switch weapons because I think his secondary weapons are... let's see, what does he have as secondary weapons? I believe it is... Can we see that somewhere? No. I believe it's throwing stars. And you know what? I'm gonna... Let's do this. Let's do ambush stance here. Meaning if that vampire comes down, we'll be able to ambush him. Also, if the other guy, the Drek, is coming along that road, we will be able to ambush that guy as well. What I don't want is to get bogged down with a zombie. That's the least favorite option here. Also, we've spotted the last henchman, apparently, as well. Which is a ghoul. Now, he might be able to get to us in this turn. Ghouls are a bit faster. Now... Oh, wait. No, wait, we have to almost kind of do an ambush stance here, just in case. And then with this guy, what I want to do is walk over here, and then what we can do is delay. Now this will delay our turn, I think 3 slots worth. So we'll go after the vampire. It costs us 1 movement point, but it might be a good idea to do this. Because if we ambush with him as well, only 1 ambush will trigger. You know? So it's better to do that right now. And then have the leader ambush, and then the other guy basically fire or run at the enemy and club him, if that's possible. Alright, let me check something real quick. I'm not sure if vampires are immune against poison. Yes, they are. Poison immunity, which means there's no reason to chop globes at him. Now, if we could fire at him, that would be kind of advantageous. Yeah, okay, we have to... I think we have to run kind of over here to get a good visual. There we go. Now, we have minus 10% hit because he's on high ground, but with an aimed shot, we might be able to take some life away here. Oh, beautiful. Now, there's also a poison on these shots, but since he's immune to poison, he will not get poisoned anyway, so... Well, and now we'll see what happens. It's either going to be extremely good or extremely bad. Alright. There's the Drek. Oh, he might trigger the ambush. That is not necessarily what I wanted here. Although if he can burst down the drag, that might work too. Oh, and he misses too. That's good. So we get one more attack back. Also, these, I forgot to mention this last time, the blades that he has, the assassin adept here. Oh, he's stuck! Okay, we'll come to that in a second. The blade that the assassin adept has are poisoned. They're kind of like the Poison Wind Globadier's globes. They do continuous damage on the following rounds. So what happened to the vampire there is one thing that this game is kind of notorious for, which is bad pathing of the AI. Sometimes the AI... Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, Jesus Christ. The AI sometimes gets pathing issues. Especially if they're in buildings, on top of ledges. Sometimes they don't find a way downwards, and the only thing that they will do for the rest of the game is ambush stands up there. If they're lucky and they have a ranged weapon, they will use that. If not, they will just stand there. So we might get really lucky here. Okay. Ooh, okay. We could be able to take him down. Well, either way, he probably will die from the Weeping Poison here, but... Oh, and then even a crit as well. Nice. Now, if we're lucky, he has Wordstone with him. Oh, he does. Also, he's the secondary objective of ours, so we'll take that. We'll take the shard, that's another 5, and we'll take that. And then with one of the other Skaven, we'll loot some more. Maybe another mace and a shield would be good. I don't think Skavens can use bows, as far as I know.
Completed.
So that will be no good. Ooh, a positive warp effect. That's very, very rare. Oh, plus 3 meter movement range. Look at that movement range. That's insane. We could basically go anywhere with this. There we go. Well, we'll just engage this guy. They also are immune to any psychological stuff, so we won't be able to all alone the guy. We just have to make sure that he doesn't trigger the ambush. So that's why we walked all the way on the house side of things. Let's get these two things. That's good. Right. And then, in this situation, I could either walk up to him and attack, or I could charge. Now, I think the charge is potentially better, but since the AI has a tendency to go for your weakest and wounded, I think it's better to actually set him here up as a ambusher to prevent the zombie from hitting our very low health friend over there. So there we go, we'll get charged, beautiful. And basically these two will probably be locked in... Oh, that's unfortunate. Will probably be locked in combat until the end of this battle, for the most part. Now you can see the vampires are already down to 18 moral, so if we kill that ghoul, that should be enough to basically make them flee. Now the question is, do we kind of try to chance it and attack with this guy, or do we disengage from combat and save his life? I think that's probably better. We don't want more wounded people, so we'll disengage here. We'll loot some more. Very good. And then we'll just walk over here for now, and then afterwards we can attack again, potentially. I think ghouls are either immune to poison or... Yeah, I think either way it's not a good idea to just poison that guy. I think we're better off by stabbing him, really. So let's do that. Stab, stab. Oh, 90. Come on. Roll some better dice. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Now the question is, will the vampire still be bugged? That's the big question. Sometimes it can happen. See, he moved a bit, but then went into ambush stance again. So it is possible for him to unstuck himself sometimes. So we have to kind of get a move on here. I can guarantee you, if that vampire would be down here now, it would look entirely different. 91 again? Come on! Oh, but at least he failed to dodge, which is good. That helps. Right. Now here come the Weeping Blades. Yeah! Oh, good. This looks very good. We could probably even risk it going in with the other guy over there to finish him off. Potentially. Yeah, that's an auto hit because he's still stunned. It's unfortunate, but, you know. Zombies are not the ones who are gonna kill your guys most of the time. It's not the zombies that kill your dudes, it's the ghouls. The ghouls and the vampire are the ones that deal the real damage. Do we risk it? That's the question. Ah, balls to it. Ah! Come on! 3 off! 75 out of 72. Or, well, we needed to roll 72. Still stuck. Lucky us. Oh, and the Weeping Poison takes him out. Which means they will have to do a moral check. Now, if we're super unlucky, they will actually get that moral check, and then we might have to kill the vampire. Now, we can do it with this guy and just basically shoot him to death. But still. I mean, we might just as well try to kill this guy while we're at it, right? Just so nobody annoying is trying to kill us while we shoot the vampire to pieces. Well, we'll see. Maybe we're lucky. Oh, okay. Still our turn. Yip-de-doop-de-doo. Stabby stab! Oh! 98! Come on! There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Now, I think zombies are immune to poison. Because I think there is like a strategy with Undead where you basically... The Undead can also hire Poison Wind Globadiers. I think every Undead, every Chaos faction can. So, I think there's like a strategy where you just pack your front line with poison immune dudes and just spam globes into it while they fight the enemy. And there we go, they failed their leadership test. And let's see, how much Witchstone did we gather? We gathered 2 shards, that's 10. 4 fragments, so 14, and then on top of that, 2 more fragments from the Battleground victory. Gives us 16 Witchstone, so we're on 20, I believe.
Fool things to think.
That's good progress.
Mighty warband. All, die.
Die.
Survivor meet. Warband grows strong great. If listen, follow wise filch.
Indeed, yes.
Fantastic.
All right. Yeah, see, we have to spend these. Now I will do it this time, so I won't forget. But, yeah. Okay. The thing is, when we spend these points... You can see there's a warrior rating here, and if we spend points, this will rise, and the enemy warband basically will reflect the total rating of your warband in general. So if you don't skill up your guys, you will also fight dudes that are not skilled up. So it's not the end of the world if you forget to skill up your dudes. Very nice. Oh yeah, he has a light wound. Now, a light wound happens whenever one of your guys suffers a critical hit during a battle. Then they will get a light wound which takes them out for 2 days. It's kind of annoying because that means we have to kind of hire a new guy if we want to basically fight tomorrow. That's annoying. But we might not even do that. We'll see. Oh yeah, and our warband is also getting XP every time. Our warband is called the Night Stalkers, I have just seen. I can actually change that afterwards, but still. And whenever we level up our warband, we get more stuff. So now we get 1 more henchman slot and 1 more reserve slot. Also, our idle buff effect is increased. Now, your wagon, as you saw in this mission, has like a trunk where you can store stuff in during the mission. It also has an idle that you can pray to, which gives you Weirdstone and All Alone test bonuses for a few rounds. And these have been increased now. So, let's see, we got 2 helmets, that's pretty good. A flail, I'm not sure we can use those. Gretus Boon, that's a potion. Now, how consumables work in this game, I believe it's like that if you equip a consumable, you can use it during the battle, and then afterwards in the next battle it's ready again. I believe that's how it works. I almost never use consumables, because I rather have free room to loot, but yeah. Okay, let's pay our outstanding medical costs for the light wound, and then all the salaries of the people who took part in the mission. And now let's level up some guys. Also, as you can see, denoted by this green coin thingy, our hero and our leader have gained skill points. Now, skill points can be used to gain passive or active skills, and they can change kind of what your character is going to do. So you can, for example, turn this guy into a ranged character, you can turn him into a tanky monster, into a assassin, damage dealer. It's kind of up to you. Okay, let's see. So what we'll do is we'll give him 1 strength point, which increases damage, bypasses enemy parry chance, and also, again, it will increase warrior rating. So this thing. Then also I think I want to give him a little bit of toughness, which will increase his wounds, or his HP. Right here, I want to give him some leadership so he can pass these psychological tests like All Alone and Terror. I think you can see somewhere how... Oh, there. I have a 60% chance to pass All Alone and a 50% chance to pass Terror test. So that's okay for now. And then, since I'm gonna play this as a melee character, we're gonna give him just melee skill for now. Ballistic skills will be obviously for ranged, and accuracy is crit, which is also pretty good on Skavens for the most part. Also, it helps you to bypass enemy targets' dodge chance, so might actually give him some. What is my crit chance right now? I think it's 11%. Now let's go with weapon skill. Weapon skill helps you hit better, and that at the beginning of the game is very good in my opinion. You know, just to be more consistent with your damage, so to speak. Now this guy, I think we'll keep him as a ranged character for the most part. So we'll give him some ballistic skill. Then we'll give him, since I don't want him in combat making psychological tests anyway, the thing I want to give him is alertness. It increases his initiative, ranged resistance, perception checks can be made easier. So generally speaking, that's a good stat to get if you don't want intelligence, which is good for mages, or leadership, which is good for, well, leaders, obviously. I give him 1 strength point because with increased strength, you actually can carry more items. So having him on strength 3 means he can at least carry 3 items, so that's a good thing. Right. This is a pretty simple one, weapon skill, and I think I'll give him some toughness, so he can take a little bit more damage. This is one of our wounded warp guards, but this is going to go the exact same way. There we go. Also, I want to give this guy the shield that we found, since he lost his on the last mission. There we go. Alright. Who else do we have? This guy. Let's just give him some strength and weapon skill. I mean, most of the time you will have like a certain way you skill your dudes, and that's it. There we go. Everybody skilled up. Okay, now we also found some helmets, so at least I think I want to give him a helmet. There we go. It gives you armor observation, which means damage reduction, basically. Stun resistance, but it also makes your perception a bit worse. Perception is basically used to detect traps. Since I normally don't do that anyway, and he's not a spellcaster, not a big deal. And I also think we'll give 1 helmet to our leader as well. There we go. Beautiful. Now, we also have, what was that, a pendant? Oh, chance to pass All Alone, Fear, and Terror test. Actually, I think for now that would probably be even better. There we go. Can give the helmet to this guy. Why not? Come on. Beautiful. Okay, so it seems like next time we have to, again, either get another henchman or we wait 2 days. We'll have to wait 1 day anyway until we go on a mission again tomorrow. We might as well learn a skill while we do that, because that will take a few days to learn anyway. So we'll decide that next episode. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.